The New York Knicks' three-game winning streak came to an end on Friday night in Milwaukee as the team began a stretch of 7 straight games against teams who made the playoffs or play-in tournament last season. Joining me to talk some Knickerbockers basketball for the first time is one of the co-hosts of Knicks Fan TV, Alex Trataros. Alex, finally met you in person a couple of weeks ago. How you doing?
Dexter, it was great meeting you that night. It was a lot of fun, a great event, even though that also ended in a Knicks loss. But I'm doing well. How are you doing today?
Yeah, we got to change that because I feel like I'm always talking to you around or before or after a Knicks loss. So we gotta change that up and have some good vibes. So we'll do that. I'm doing well, man. I'm doing well. But Alex, the Bucks, we saw they won the title 2 years ago. They're still title contenders. But what were your takeaways from how the Knicks fared in that early season test against the Eastern Conference power on Friday night?
You know, this team still has a long ways to go between adding talent and having a consistent three-point shooting. The Bucks, even though they've been struggling to start off the season as a three-point shooting team, historically they're good at three-point shooting. And last night it just came to fruition. Everything that could go wrong for the Knicks did. Bucks are able to attack the paint with Giannis Antetokounmpo. You got Brook Lopez as well, and just their three-point shooting decided to show up last night. And the Knicks, on the other hand, you know, we're a good team attacking the interior, but we're not a consistent three-point shooting team yet. That's one area the Knicks need to really improve on. So if you look at the past couple of games against Memphis, the team shot 24% as a whole, then 42% against the Pistons, then just below 30% against the Magic, 37% against the Hornets, and just below 35% against the Bucks last night. And when you have inconsistent shooting like that, when you're playing a Bucks team that can just rely on Giannis Antetokounmpo and Drew Holiday to be their catalyst, it's very difficult to keep up with them. So that's one area where the Knicks have to improve is their three-point shooting and their perimeter defense. They give up a lot of shots as well, regardless of where it is, because they have such poor perimeter defense. The Bucks were just able to attack from the outside and able to attack on the inside as well. So with that, it just makes it very difficult for the Knicks to keep up with a team like that.
Yeah, especially against the upper echelon teams, it definitely makes it difficult. And you mentioned shooting. Speaking of shooting, R.J. Barrett, he's struggling with his shot in the first 5 games. He's shooting 37.8% from the floor and 14.3% from downtown, Alex. So how concerned are you with Barrett's shooting right now?
I'm not on a scale of 1 to 10. I'd probably be at a 4 right now. To be honest, I'm not that concerned. I think he's going to come around at some point. You know, last season we've seen this from RJ every single time. RJ has a slow start to the season, and then he starts to catch fire somewhere between December and January. You know, last season, just to give you an idea, RJ was shooting around. He was averaging 15 points, 4.8 was a 5.6 rebounds and 2.2 assists on 40% from the field. 32.5% from 3 and 70% from the line. After January last season, he started to average 23.6 points, 6 rebounds, 3.5 assists on 41.2 from the field, 35.2 from the 3, and 71.9 from the free throw line. So I expect RJ to come around later in the season, but as a fan watching this, I'm getting tired that we have to deal with these slow starts because he's part of that big 3 for this team, and you're going to need him to be in games like this. Now, sure, he had a 20-point performance last night, but it could have been a little bit more efficient. You know, you want RJ to have better shot selection, better playmaking decisions. That's what I want to see from him to start off the season, and hopefully he can turn that around sooner rather than later because the Knicks are going to go through a gauntlet right now, and they're going to need him along with Randall and Brunson.
Yeah, you're right about that. You talked about the gauntlet, and that continues on Sunday in the Donovan Bowl, which will go down in Cleveland as the Knicks will get a look at the player that they were unable to acquire this offseason in Donovan Mitchell. So after the loss in Milwaukee, Alex, what do you want to see from the Knicks in this matchup with Cleveland on Sunday?
You know, it just comes back down to better perimeter defense and just being able to score from 3 consistently. The Cavs are a hot team. I just did a preview with Evan Damarel, who's a Locked On Cavs podcaster, and we discussed this on Knicks Fan TV. It's going to drop today, and he was talking about how the Cavs are just good right now from shooting from 3. You know, you have Evan Mobley and Jarrett Allen, who are, you know, the twin towers in Cleveland. They can attack in the paint, and you just need the Knicks to be able to have that versatility to attack on all 3 phases: 3-point shooting, the mid range, and being able to finish. Now, the Knicks are one of the top teams when it comes to driving in the paint. They're a top 5 team right now, so you know they're going to be able to score because you have Brunson, Barrett, and Julius, who are who just love scoring within 15 feet or less when it comes to around the rim. It just comes from the other side as we need consistent 3-point shooting once again. You know, when you have Obi Toppin, Emmanuel Quickly, Evan Fournier, and Derrick Rose right now being your best 3-point shooters, as well as Jalen Brunson, you know, but it can't be consistent. It can't be so inconsistent because once they're not able to hit the three, teams can just start to sag off around the perimeter and just wait for them to attack because they know, you know, 9 out of 10 times they're going to want to attack the paint rather than try to shoot the three. Although the Knicks have been putting up a good amount of threes to start this season.
They have. We'll see if that 3-point shooting can improve starting against the Cavs on Sunday. That should be a very interesting matchup. You know who will be watching? It'll be Alex Trataros. He's going to be watching as well as the rest of the Knicks Fan TV crew. Check them out and everything they do. Hit that thumbs up button for your guys there. Alex, thank you so much for the time. Appreciate it. First time. Next time we got to do this around a win, but I like the vibes from you today. Thank you, man.
For sure. Dexter, thank you so much for having me on. It was great talking to you.
Anytime.